2, Delight and Charlie Barlow. Dr. Edward in the green colours with Chris Stockton. Glittering Hope and Tullis Matson wearing yellow and blue sleeves. Royal Greek and Rob Jones, this one won the best turned out prize. And 9 was Shared Experience in the white colours with the emerald green disc ridden by Roy Wynn. These are the 6 runners for this first race on the card, the Sir WW Wins Hunt lightweight and heavyweight race, kindly sponsored by Messrs Bernard Corbett. They're at the post and they're due to go at 11:30. The runners circling at the start. Prior to going, the starter's walking across to his rostrum. Glittering Hope on the far side. They're on the starter's orders and they're off in this first race on the card, the Sir WW Wins Hunt lightweight and heavyweight. Kindly sponsored by Messrs Bernard Corbett, and the first to rise at the first of these 18 fences was Royal Greek. Royal Greek and Glittering Hope from Delight on the inside, then Shared Experience, Ambrose on the outer, and finally Dr. Edward. They approach the second. Royal Greek, the market leader, takes it up now from Glittering Hope in second on the inside. Then Delight, Royal Greek first to rise from Glittering Hope on the inside. Then Delight going now towards the rail. Ambrose in fourth, then Shared Experience, and finally the grey Dr. Edward. They pass the judge with 2 complete circuits of the course to go, making their way towards the third fence, the open ditch. Still Royal Greek on the outside of Glittering Hope on the inner. Then Delight. Royal Greek makes a mistake there and deposits Rob Jones on the floor. This leaves Glittering Hope in the lead. Glittering Hope leading from Delight on the outside. As they turn, make their way around this long right-hand bend towards the 4 fences on the far side. It's Glittering Hope leading. Glittering Hope and Tullis Matson. From Delight and Charlie Barlow, then Ambrose. At the rear of the field, the grey Dr. Edward and Shared Experience. Making their way towards the 4th, still Glittering Hope and Tullis Matson. From Delight, Ambrose in 3rd with Will Ritson. Then Dr. Edward, and finally just half a length or so behind, Shared Experience with Roy Wynn. Towards the 4th, Glittering Hope very careful at that, but still leading from Delight in 2nd, and they're all beginning to close now. Ambrose going up on the far side to take closer order in 3rd. Dr. Edward the Grey still at the rear of the field. Glittering Hope setting a very steady pace as they approach the 5th. Glittering Hope from Shared Experience in 2nd. Delight is 3rd, then Ambrose on the far side 4, and finally Dr. Edward in 5th. They approach this 6th fence, still Tullis Matson and Glittering Hope by a length or so from Shared Experience and Roy Wynn. Delight is 3rd, then a couple of lengths back to the grey Dr. Edward. They approach the 7th of these 18 fences, and then they'll begin to swing right-handed into the Bod Farry Straight. They make their way towards the 7th, Glittering Hope and Tullis Matson still 2 to 3 lengths clear of Shared Experience and Roy Wynn. Then Delight with Charlie Barlow on board, and the grey Dr. Edward and Chris Stockton, and finally Ambrose and Will Ritson. They begin this long swing right-handed into the home straight for the first time. Still with Glittering Hope and Tullis Matson leading by 3 to 4 lengths now from Delight and Charlie Barlow. Entering the Bod Farry Producers Straight, Glittering Hope by 3 to 4 lengths from Delight, then Shared Experience 3rd on the inside. Just behind this one is Ambrose, and at the rear of the field Dr. Edward. The 5 remaining runners all safely over that one. They approach the next plain fence. This will be the 9th, still Tullis Matson on the inside. Royal Greek and Rob Jones have been reunited, but are almost a fence behind the other 5 runners. They approach his next plain fence. Glittering Hope clear of Shared Experience in second, then Delight third. Ambrose makes a mistake on the outside in fourth, but gets away with it. And the grey Dr. Edward in fifth. These five some 50 to 60 lengths clear of Royal Greek and Rob Jones, the market leader, as they approach what will be the last fence on the next circuit. Still Glittering Hope by 3 to 4 lengths from Delight, who jumps into second place, just clear of Shared Experience on the inside in third, then Dr. Edward and Ambrose. They pass the judge. They've got one complete circuit of the course to go. Still Glittering Hope, who's been in the lead throughout, from Roy Wynn and Shared Experience on the inside, then Delight on the outer, and the grey Dr. Edward and Ambrose. This is the open ditch. They're all safely over that one, at least the leading five are safely over it. Chased by Royal Greek, who is making up ground, but has a long way to go yet. The leaders begin to swing right-handed out into the country for the final time, with Glittering Hope 4 to 5 lengths clear of Delight, who's another 4 to 5 clear of Shared Experience, and racing with Shared Experience, Ambrose and the grey Dr. Edward. Royal Greek still making up ground, but has 40 to 50 lengths to make up on the rest of the field. Tullis Masson and Glittering Hope approach this 12th fence, 4 to 5 lengths clear of Ambrose and Will Ritson, then Delight, Dr. Edward in fourth, Shared Experience 5, and Royal Greek still making up ground slowly, but still some 40 to 50 lengths clear of the rest of the field. Then over the 13th, still Glittering Hope clear of Ambrose in second, Delight half a length back in third, then the grey Dr. Edward a length or so behind in fourth, and Glittering Hope a couple of lengths back, and Royal Greek still in sixth and last place. So the six runners once again standing. Glittering Hope, slight mistake at that, but got away with it from Delight in second, racing with Ambrose. Just behind these Dr. Edward and Chris Stockton. And then a gap of 5 to 6 lengths to Shared Experience. And 30 or 40 lengths away is Royal Greek. They approach the 15th. This is the last fence in the back straight. Glittering Hope, 3 to 4 lengths clear of Ambrose and Delight, who jumped together over that one. Dr. Edward in fourth, Shared Experience 5, and Royal Greek just jumps it in sixth spot. So they begin to swing right-handed for the final time and enter the Bud Farry Producer straight with Glittering Hope, 3 to 4 lengths clear of Ambrose going into second place from Delight on the outside. Dr. Edward still in close contention in fourth. Shared Experience dropped back a length or 2 in 5, and then Royal Greek some distance away in 6. They approach this third last. Ambrose rises clear out of Glittering Hope in second, then Delight on the outside of Dr. Edward in fourth. Shared Experience is 5, and Royal Greek just jumping it in 6. They've got 2 to go. Ambrose has taken it up from Glittering Hope. In fact, Ambrose and Glittering Hope rise together there from Dr. Edward, who comes between horses, Delight on the outside in fourth, and Shared Experience some distance back in fifth. They approach this final fence. Ambrose, Delight, and Dr. Edward more or less together. Ambrose on the inside, Dr. Edward in the centre, Glittering Hope on the outside, and Delight in fourth. But on the run in, it's Ambrose going away from Dr. Edward and Glittering Hope on the inside, and then Delight. And as they reach the line, it's Ambrose, Dr. Edward, Glittering Hope, and Delight.
The result of the first race. The judges' announcement of the first race is as follows. First, number 1. Second, number 5. Third, number 3. Second, number 2. Distances of 3 lengths and 1 head in a time of 3 minutes 33 seconds. So 7 minutes 33 seconds. I'll repeat the judges' decision again. First number 1, second number 5, third number 3, second number 2. Time 7 minutes 33 seconds and distances of 3 lengths and 1 head. Now I'd like to give you the runners for the second